Yo, I was supposed to do a podcast with someone, but they canceled last minute. And I decided, fuck it, I'm going to do my own podcast. Kitzecast season, whatever episode, whatever. We're so back. We're not back. Nothing is back. You know how this always goes. But I wanted to talk to you guys. I don't even know where will I. Did I make a channel? Probably. Just the thought that when I finish this recording, that I don't know what to do with the file is just incredible. I'm gonna drop. Do you guys want to join on my Google Drive? We can just. It's like 20 listeners anyway. We can all share a Google Drive and I'll just drop them there, and that's it. What's new with you guys? I my life just turned around in the last 2 months. It's been absolutely insanely bonkers. If you're not following what's going on Twitter, I wanted to record a Kitzecast for all the things that happened to me, and then things piled up, and now we're here, and I don't know where to start, as always. So get ready, grab some popcorn, because I'm taking you roads. I'm taking you places. As always, I'm nervous. When I not nervous to talk to you guys, I don't give a fuck. I'm nervous that anytime I record this, it feels like a giant waste of time. And I don't like that. I don't like, but scrolling Twitter on the other hand doesn't feel like a giant waste of time, which is like very counterintuitive. I don't have a microphone in front of me if you haven't noticed that. I got tired of wiggling that microphone left and right, and I found this shotgun mic that I had for like 5 years at this point, and I never used it for anything. So now it's sitting nicely. Like if I put my finger on it, it's like right here, and it's exactly out of the picture. And as you can see, as you can hear, my voice sounds actually beautiful, and I don't need to wiggle with a mic in front of me. I don't know if that looks more professional or less professional because podcasters need microphones and everything, but maybe I'll hold a fake mic. Like this can be my mic, you know. Hello, hi, how are you doing? I bought a bunch of small plastic bottles for the gym just to feel like a real gym, and we bought a bunch of white towels. And now we're gonna order everything in the gym just so it feels like you're in a real gym. You know, well, they don't give out free water in a real gym, but an imaginary real gym would be nice. So I launched Tinkerer Club. That's tinkerer.club. That's the domain. And we made 1/3 of a million in the last 2 months, including sponsors and everything else, which is bonkers. I haven't left my house in 40-ish days. Today was the second time we went out, and the first time that me and my wife actually celebrated what we did. Um, my brain is fucked to a point that this doesn't mean a lot, even though it's like a crazy amount of money, and we basically gonna have our. I mean, after taxes and all the fucking tech purchases and all the bullshit, um, the mortgage is gonna be at least cut in half. But I'm hoping that was actually one of my goals, that by the end of this year I will pay off the mortgage completely. And my brain goes like, yeah, and because that's how I was trained from when I was little. You know, whatever you achieve, whatever you accomplish is like, yeah, that's normal. You're smart. That's normal. Move on. Don't celebrate anything. Just move on. So you move on from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and you think that the next thing will actually bring you that, okay, now I can chill and breathe a little bit. Nope, I've never worked harder in my life. So what they say, all the fucking cliches, man, they are fucking true. You know that you're gonna work harder when once you make more money. Because now I see like this happened to me the first time when I launched Sizzy. When I started seeing all of those purchases and when I started seeing the flags and the countries from different places, I'm like, fuck, I don't know these people. Like, if you see the amount of people, not the amount, if you see the type of people that we have in Tinker Club, first of all, from the celebrities and all the high status people like me, Kitse, and yeah, there's like a bunch. There's I'm the creator of this, I'm the creator of that. Also, the other people who are not famous, but the amount of money they make and the amount of shit they're doing is someone is like, hey, I'm the owner of 46 Burger Kings. And then he talks about something else. And we're like, what? What do you mean? You have 46 Burger Kings. It's absolutely insane. And my thought went places. And I don't know what was the start of that sentence, but it's good to record Kitzecast, you know? Tinker Club is fucking nuts, and I love hanging out with these people. And the more spammy Twitter gets, and the more ads, and the more fucking AI accounts and bots are replying to everything, the nicer it feels to hang out with real people in Tinker Club. We're doing meetings, um, twice per week, once on Wednesday, once on Saturday. We do like a town hall meeting where other people can join me, and it's not me yapping, but it's me yapping with other people, and eventually other people yapping about OpenClaw AI self-hosting, 3D printing, a bunch of nerdy, geeky shit, and it's amazing. I wanted to say something else. God damn it! I need to make software that transcribes what I'm saying on the right side, so I can just scroll up and actually see. Ah, that's what I was talking about because I completely lost my train of thought, and I wanted to say something more important other than "Oh, Tinker Club, good, please join us." Um, yeah, man, my life has been turned around by this thing called OpenClaw. If you just landed on Earth, congratulations. I hope your stay here is, jolly. But OpenClaw changed my life. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically, how do I even describe it? It's a self-hosted AI assistant, which pushed me into self-hosting even more. That now I want to own all of my data and I want everything to be self-hosted and I want everything to be on one fucking computer. Yeah. So my Mac Studio has been moved and is being served as a server in this house right now. It's serving OpenClaw, media files, Google Photos alternatives, Google Drive alternatives. Like it's serving a little proxy server so my mother-in-law can watch Macedonian TV without ads and shit. It's like I've done so many things, man, that I regret not recording more Kitzecasts to tell you about everything that I've been doing. Um, what else happened? Yeah, so I cannot go too far back. I can go like 1 month ago when Pete Steisenberger, he opened the Discord for OpenClaw, and I was one of the first people to join, and I was one of the first people to have an OpenClaw set up. When I saw the potential that you can chat to your own computer via Telegram, and it can self-update and you can tell it to download new skills and to do new things, I think my brain melted because all the rants that I had about I want two assistants, I want more assistants, I want this, I want that. I literally have that with OpenClaw right now. It's a love and hate relationship. I went through a couple of breakups with it when I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna uninstall it. I cannot do this anymore. And then I crave something like it back. So it's a very toxic relationship, I would say. But it's fun and I like it. And it basically opened my eyes. I don't want to make this an episode about OpenClaw. This is Kitzecast, but it opened my eyes that my chaotic life can finally be fixed, both the digital one and the physical one, just by having a self-hosted bot that doesn't tell me, "Sorry, I cannot do this. Sorry, I cannot do that." It can browse the web. It can click on things. It can blah blah blah. So that started, and I was in the Discord, and the Discord was pretty manageable, and the Discord was pretty fun until it wasn't because there was like thousands and like 10,000 people at some point and people just wanted another place to discuss OpenClaw and other things. And I'm like, why don't I make a platform called Tinker Club that starts with a Discord? People are like, oh, it's just a Discord. It's not just a Discord. It's gonna be more once the dust settles. So I've been saying once the dust settles for the last month, and the dust hasn't settled at all. So I created Tinker Club, but I made it to be more than OpenClaw. So for people who like self-hosting, local LLMs, 3D printing, hardware, tinkering, like overall tinkering with stuff. There's like a bunch of us. So far, there's like I think more than 1,000 for sure, but maybe even 1,500 people. And it made a third of a million in revenue, which is fucking nuts. And every time I say it, I need to repeat it to actually believe it. But my brain goes like, yeah, so like fucking move on. It's not that deep. Um, so what else happened? I decided to go to the OpenClaw meetup in Vienna. And I told Pete that I'm going, and Pete was like, "Why don't you stay over at my place?" I'm like, "Dude, we barely know each other for 2 weeks. That's crazy." But I was like, "Yeah, sure. You're one of the most uh, one of the biggest developer celebrities right now," and I accepted. And he actually shouted me out at he shouted me out at the first Vienna meetup. So he said that Kitze was one of the first influencers to push OpenClaw. So now it's funny because he's like 10 times more bigger influencer than me, which is like crazy. And I appreciate the shout out. He also went on the to the what is he called, Lex Friedman podcast, which Lex followed me. The amount of people that follow me lately is fucking crazy. Paul Graham has blocked me. Kevin Rose has followed me. Lex Friedman has followed me. I'm starting a Tinker podcast. That's going to be finally my podcast with guests. And the guests that I've scheduled, I'm like, how the fuck am I hanging out with these people when until yesterday I was just watching their work and everything? It's fucking crazy. Um, so yeah, he shouted me out, and basically I appreciated that because I really feel I hate the word influencer, but whatever I'm shouting out and whatever I'm pushing at the moment, it really becomes a thing. And I was like, so many people joined and started using OpenClaw because I was like, showing real life examples of what it can do for me and blah blah blah. So I'm glad that happened. It's a project that's worth pushing, you know. And then I went to Vienna, and Pete was not home, so he remotely unlocked the door to his apartment. He was in San Francisco, probably doing all of these deals. Like he told me that, yeah, before this, he was like, dude, I have Mark Zuckerberg's number and I have Sam Altman's number, which is fucking crazy. And he showed me, basically, I pushed him. Probably more people pushed him, but I also told him, dude, you need to rename again because Moldbot is a fucking horrible idea. Name it something else. And he sends me a blog post saying, how do you like this? The introduction of OpenClaw. And I saw the logo and I'm like, this is like not good because I don't know how that dude is pushing through everything, honestly. Like to me, that's insane that he's still sane after everything that happened to him. Like my success with Tinker Club was 70 times lower than what he achieved. And I feel like I'm going crazy in the last month. And that dude is just pushing through. So of course, sleep deprived at 2 a.m. He did a logo that wasn't properly cut or there was artifacts and whatever. And I was like, do you want me to help you with the logo? I also told him that I want to help him with the landing page and he gave me access. I just didn't find the time and I got too distracted with my, ADHD and shit. So I went to Vienna. He remotely opens the apartment. The apartment is fucking insane out of this world. And I text him and he's like, why don't you, he's like, wait until you see upstairs and shit. But I don't like the thought of being in someone else's apartment and exploring. So I just stayed in my room. And the next day we did the first Tinker meetup in Vienna. So it was a very small meetup, but it was amazing to meet with these people in person. And I gave away some merch and shit. Some people actually made merch for me. And this was sent to me. I don't have all the merch here, but these thingies, this is the Tinker Club logo. And this thingy, the TV, we would build cool shit. And a bunch of other stuff that this one, it says CEO, the CEO of the fuck. That's pretty cool. And a bunch of little lobsters and a bunch of other thingies and stuff. It's pretty, like, one of our members sent me shirts with my name, with my projects on the back, with Tinker Club logo, with OpenClaw logo, with some stroop waffles, with a bunch of shit. It was like one of the most amazing gestures. And he sent me like a $400 keyboard to my address because I wanted to try it. And this was like 3 days into forming the community. He was like, yeah, sure, you'd give me your address. And I was like, yeah, sure, let me give the address to a stranger. And he sent me this packet of goodies. It was crazy. So we do the Tinker Club meetup. We do the Open Claw meetup. I get dressed as a fucking lobster and I'm talking about my use cases. And people are like, you're fucking crazy. How do you do all of this? And blah, blah, blah. And I haven't talked to Pete at all, like during all of this. Like I see him, he's in the first row, but he's busy with other people. I'm busy with a bunch of people. And that was the end of the day. It was pretty fun. And then I go to the apartment and I hear him on a call, like he's on a call with someone, and I don't want to, be a dick. And I'm about to head to sleep, and I'm like, fuck, I haven't even said hi to this dude, and we've been, in the same apartment. So I go to say hi, and he's completely toast. He's tired of everything. So we just chatted a bit, and we went to sleep. I went to sleep. I don't know what he did. He probably coded until 5 a.m. And then the next day I was supposed to record all of this is fucking wild. Like I'm packing in my room. I wanted to stay at a friend's place just to see him and his family. And Andreas Klinger walks in just randomly in the room and it's like, hey dude, do you want coffee? And I'm like, what is this, a fucking sitcom? You probably know Andreas Klinger. Shout out to him. And we were supposed to record a podcast and shit, but I just wasn't. I had a headache and I wasn't in the mood. So my wife said, she doesn't watch these, so whatever. Just don't tell her I'm making stupid jokes. Huh? No, I'm just joking. She's not here. So yeah, Vienna was fun. And then I came back, and probably other shit ton of things happened that I'm forgetting right now because there's a lot of things going on. But the last month has been mostly Tinker Club and Open Claw and a bunch of. I did some podcasts. Who's fucking podcast? I did Greg Eisenberg's podcast. Um, I did one more podcast. I keep forgetting the dude's name and I feel bad about it. I was supposed to do Starter Story. They invited me on Starter Story. They got acquired meanwhile, so we'll see what's going to happen with that. I'm starting another podcast, as I said. We form partnerships with Raycast. We perform partnerships with Ona, which is like previously was called Gitpod, and Umbrel, the hardware thingy company. I just set up my Umbrel there, and I still haven't plugged it in. So Umbrel is like a very nice self-hosted. How the fuck do I describe it? It's like a Mac Mini device that you plug in into your network and you put an SSD in it. It's like a combination of NAS and you can self-host things on it. But unlike all of these other NASs and shits, like this one has really Apple-like UI and experience and everything. So they are a sponsor now. So I'm going to set that up later. I filmed shit ton of videos which I'm not going to post because the entire like I'm constantly, as you can see me, I'm in the cinema right now recording because I moved. So as all of this craziness was starting, like in that room, which was my office, which we had people uh like 6 months ago or something cleaning up mold and whatever from the walls. It was like something was happening there that was affecting my health. And they finished, but there was like more procedures to be done. But knowing me, I procrastinated on everything, and now the room was left like not properly painted and not with proper what are these called, the thingies on the edges of the walls. So it's like cracks in the wall and everything showing. And I keep improving my setups and I keep shoving things there. So I keep adding and adding and adding and adding and adding and adding, and I'm adding so many things. I recently added like 5 more desks, like all the desks that I had here for making Legos and for other shit. I moved them there. I made a setup for my wife. I made a setup for printing. I got a photo printer. I started printing things, posters for my daughter. We printed a book for my daughter because I want to go into like a mini photo printing business adventure just to try how to combine software and hardware and real life business and shit. I got a 3D printer, so I made like a 3D printer desk with all the thingies. So it's like my office has been becoming more and more chaotic. I got like a widescreen monitor, speakers. I went on a little bit of a splurge. So for the first 10 days of Tinker Club, I haven't bought shit. I was like, no, time to stay on the mission and pay off this mortgage. And then on the 10th day, I got deflated a bit. I was like, oh, fuck it. Let me just clear everything on my wish list. So I was just going and buying and buying and buying and buying. And that desk that I had was sponsored by Autonomous. It was like um, narrower than my IKEA desk, which I've been using for like 8 years at this point. And yesterday I got so pissed with that one that I was like, fuck it. No, the night before, like 2 a.m., I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna rip out my setup and move to a wider IKEA desk that I have. Like that's not standing because I'm not staying at all, so it doesn't fucking matter. And when I looked at my office, like I woke up in the morning, I've been sleeping actually. I've been sleeping here in the cinema. I've been sleeping on a mattress in my office because I've been staying until 3, 4 a.m. and I wanted to sleep in until 9. Like it's been a month of like sleep deprivation and everything. And when I woke up in the morning, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with this office? Just piling and piling and piling and piling. So yesterday, me and my wife packed everything. So that room is completely empty right now. As you can see behind me, like everything is on the floors. So everything is on the floors right now. Removed everything and slowly like grouping all the cables, grouping all the things, gonna be shoved into drawers and organized properly. And the 3D printer helps a lot because I'm printing a bunch of organizational things. And but as always, as you can hear, as you can see, I'm in the classic kids ADHD chaos of trying to do everything at once. Like customers are yelling at me for this project, for that project. They want stuff for Sizzy, for Soto, for Benji, for Tinker Club, for this and that. And I just keep pushing through my ADHD days as I did before. And it is what it is, you know? So yeah, yesterday we packed up the office. I moved the desk here. And because this room is furnished and properly planned, like we planned how this room is going to be painted, decorated, and everything, I feel so much nicer working in this room today. I feel like I have my cozy corner in here that I'm even wondering, why the fuck do I need an entire office for? Maybe I need a recording space just to record and shit, but I'm recording right now, you know? So it's all cool. So for now, I'm just going to keep that on pause and I'm going to keep working here because I really, really like it. Plus, this room has even though I bought speakers, this room has like a 7.1 surround. So when I play music here, it's fucking banging. So that's new. And with Pierre Richelson from Peer, that he's definitely not from Peer. He's from Cal.com. We decided to organize, like he invited me to his farm to do like a collaboration. We film a podcast, we film some vlogs, blah, blah, blah. And then we were like, why don't we invite the Tinkers and invite a bunch of people, you know? And we made an event called Tinkers on a Farm, and I'm flying to Hamburg tomorrow and going to his farm. And then on Saturday, we're gonna have a bunch of people gather. We're gonna do a mini round of talks. We're gonna do a bit of like a hackathon for OpenClaw and for other things. So it's gonna be pretty fun. Spontaneously going for Hamburg. I was supposed to also go to the Raycast hackathon in Stockholm because that's like a 50-minute flight for me, but I got caught up in things, so I didn't fucking go. I miss coding on projects and shit. I don't like that I've turned into this role of like manager of a community. Oh, I made a shit ton of money by just answering messages on Discord. But I miss my software projects and shit. I'm making a new to-do app. It's called To Do, and I created To Do in 2017 or 16 way before I created Better or Benji and whatever. So basically, everything that I've learned from Benji, for people who Benji is too overwhelming for because it has a trillion things, I just extracted everything I learned in Benji and I made a to-do app based on Convex, so it's like real time, and it's not Postgres, and it's not, I don't need to worry about caching layers, syncing WebSockets, and blah blah blah. So I've been using it, and my wife's been using it, and we're testing it, and we're basically iterating on it. It's gonna be released sometimes next week, I think, and I know it's gonna make shit ton of money. I'll do the same strategy as I did with Tinker Club. So the FOMO strategy of like tiers of 100 people get a certain lifetime price, 100 people get a certain lifetime price, 100 people get a certain lifetime price, the last tier, and then it turns into a subscription. So when people see that, like what's going to happen, they get more pressure to get it on time. So I'm pretty sure that this app would probably make at least $50,000 in a very short period, at least. Uh, yeah, Benji's put on pause, even though people are trying it. They're trying to sign up. It's a perfect companion for OpenClaw. I've just been not sure. Oh man, I want to keep this podcast more casual, but it's hard not to be technical. So whatever. I just don't know what a LifeOS looks like anymore. Like Benji was supposed to be a LifeOS. So how Benji came to be is like I had a Notion thingy that eventually I was like, man, why don't I take my Notion thingy and basically turn it into an app? Because in an app I can display anything that I want. And unlike Notion, I'm not confined to tables and some shitty views. And then I made an app, but then I had to conform it to everyone, but I was basically shoving things that I need in my life to their throat and be like, this is how I do things and this is how you have to do things, right? And even for myself, now when I installed OpenClaw, like I tried making a mini LifeOS from scratch, and I've been building like habits and to-dos and medicine and most of the shit that Benji has in it. And the difference is now it feels like back in the day, like my Notion, because it's like my project, my data, and no one else is using it. And I'm not planning to share it, but I can tweak it. If I want something weird with the medicine or with the packing or with the cleaning, I can make it for myself without worrying that users might lose their data or the migration might not work and blah, blah, blah. And it felt nice to mold my own LifeOS. But I got tired of molding the to-do part of that LifeOS, and I was like, shut the fuck up. I also switched to Android, so we have to talk about that for a second. I hate when you interrupt my thoughts, you piece of shit. LifeOS, and yeah, the to-do part, I felt like there's so much work that goes behind a to-do app for even the simplest features that you look in the to-do app that you look, oh, I can vibe code this in a day. I also thought that. I got so frustrated. I'm like, fuck it, this needs to go in a separate project, needs to be properly done and tested and everything. And that's why I started to-do. So now, like, I haven't opened Benji in like a month, probably. Oopsie daisy. Haven't done any fixes or anything. I'm thinking of doing like a closed source version of it within the Tinkers community, and then maybe do like an open source and make it self-hostable, so these nerds can self-host it, but the normies can actually use it as a cloud version. So that way people can do the development for me, and I can reap the benefits of the cloud thing. So it would be something like that. I don't know. There's just like so much going on. It's like so hard to choose a path. Every project that I have right now, even Soto, Benji, Zero to Ship, like all of them can be pushed in an AI direction and make more money and make like I cannot organize myself to choose what I want to work on. It's so hard to talk after I had a lot of food, but I'm trying. I miss having a pause button here because it was really nice to have a pause button, and now when I don't have it, it sucks. 23 minutes, cool. So we can wrap around 30. This is not that hard, man. Once I get into it, I'm like, God damn it, why do I not record more Kitzecast? Because I don't know what to do with the file fucking later. I got a bunch of new followers on YouTube, on my main YouTube, but I've been posting my OpenClaw videos on the tired of web dev YouTube. Should I finally embrace just make the Kitze channel to be one all in one thing where I post like all the things instead of having multiple channels? I don't fucking know, man. I'm just going with the flow. But the sad thing is like you can keep going with the flow for a while, like for a year or two, and then you're fucked. Like I keep saying this and people keep joking about it, and people are like, oh no, if we are fucked, everyone's fucked. It's like you got 1 to 2 years. Don't be like, oh, but kids say you're with the FOMO and with this. You have 1 to fucking 2 years to pay off your mortgages, buy property, invest, do whatever, whatever, whatever. Then like everything is gonna fucking collapse and everything fucking goes down. That's my prediction, and just watch it come true. In other positive news, I moved to Android. Positive. Because I wanted OpenClaw to also be able to control my phone and shit. So I got a Google Pixel 10 Pro fart, and it was really amazing, and I've been using it for a while. But then when I went to Vienna, I went into a store and I saw the Galaxy Z Fold, and this fucking thing. I currently have Like I currently have a screen protector on it and makes it a bit, not a screen protector, but a case. It makes it a bit bulkier and shit. Take out the case. This is the thinnest, most beautiful piece of technology I've seen in my life. Like when I was changing my iPhones every 2 or 3 years, I would change the phone. I would just get the new iPhone. I would set it up, iCloud, change everything, and just you move on. It's like there's not even excitement to, as a kid when I would buy phones like Sony Ericsson or whatever, I would go to bed at night and I would just go through the settings and all the new things, and it was like exciting. I haven't felt that with iPhones and even with Pixel. Like, cool. One night I just explored it, and I'm like, oh, it has that, this, it has that. It was fun. It was more fun than switching from iPhone to iPhone. But I recorded an unboxing video for this, and I was legit in awe of how beautiful and how amazing this bloody thing is. And one of my favorite things that I'm gonna show you is gaming on it, because I never gamed on my phones and shit, and I always would take like a Nintendo Switch or a Steam Deck or whatever with me when traveling, and I would never game on my phone. But just I loaded up Slay the Spire, which is one of my favorite games, and I just want to show you what does it look like on this kind of thing. Like, let me just click continue, skip rewards, whatever. I just need to pick a bunch of shit here, a bunch of cards, and just go to this. And just look at this shit, bro. Look at it. It's like a magical slab of glass that you have. And it's like, look, I'm gonna do some cards and attacks and whatever. Boom. Yeah, like it blows my mind. Like when you open Google Maps, when you open like anything, I don't want to open Google Maps because I don't want to dox myself and shit. But I even made my own launcher and everything. And do I? Yeah. So this is my own launcher, and I made it for the Pixel phone, but it actually works on this one. So when I fold it, it will actually the folded version of it looks like this. And then when I open it, I still haven't added the logic that the folded out version has more data and shit. But I've done some crazy, like the Galaxy aside, I'm not sure if I want to keep it. Like today they announced the Galaxy S26 Ultra. This has shit cameras and stuff, but it has a bunch of party tricks. I don't want to make this about the bloody phone. It's also like way too expensive for what it is. I just had a bunch of money to throw at things. I would never buy a phone this expensive until now. And I just like that I can use it like a mini PC. I paired it to my Apple keyboard and my Apple touchpad, and I can put those in a backpack, and I can pull this out anywhere. Basically, have terminal, cloud code, anything on it, and just use it. Even if you fold it, like that's one of the coolest things when you fold it, you can use the bottom part as a trackpad. So you can go into your browser or whatever, and you can use it as a trackpad. You can connect it to an HDMI. I don't want to talk about the phone, he said. You can connect it to an HDMI cable to your monitor, and it adapts to a PC-like experience that you like. You can open different windows, and you can like it feels like using like Windows or Mac OS when you plug your phone into a monitor. That's fucking crazy. But the cool things about Android is like I can install any app that I fucking want from GitHub or anywhere without Tim Cook being like, sorry, you cannot do that, or without me emailing Fred Bumborgini, whatever his name is. I made my own app store. So I made like a Kitzecast store, and I can vibe code my own apps that magically appear on my phone, including a launcher, a custom keyboard, died. That's why I keep water. And, see when you talk about Android, like life punishes you. What do I want to say? An Android Watch app that I can like. This is cool. I'm not using it a lot because I'm not into a habit of it, but I can go here and like when I click this complication, it starts my app, and now it actually records, and I can be like blah 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 blah, and I can click save, and this audio file goes on my phone into an app, transcribed and everything, and I can do anything through an API. So my idea was to control my OpenClaw through this, to be able to issue commands and like maybe go to OpenClaw, maybe go to Benji, maybe go to whatever. Like I'm still planning that, but the thought that I have this much freedom to do whatever the fuck I want is really I really missed it. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the watch because unlike the Apple Watch, I don't have the habit to put this. Like a lot of times I'll see like it's noon or even 3 p.m. and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not wearing my watch because it's like I except for looking at the time, I haven't used this for many things to be honest. It feels like I've been using the Apple Watch for more things like cool, this can track your workouts and shit. It's just like the relationship that I had with my Apple Watch was more personal. Sometimes we would sleep together, crazy. Um so yeah, I also got the Pixel Buds, which look like you have hearing aid in your ears, but I really like them because they make me feel like a drummer. Drummers have those kind of in-ear thingies, or a musician. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them because Samsung thingies work better with Samsung stuff. So today I'm returning the Pixel. I might even return the Pixel Buds, and I might even return the watch, but I'm not sure about it. So that's enough about Android. Um, what else, man? Yeah, fitness wise, also my voice is cracking, and it's so annoying when I don't have water around me. Fitness wise, it's horrible. I'm 110 kilos. Oopsie daisy. Today was one of the first days when I had like 8+ hours of sleep. I started taking melatonin at night, first time yesterday, a very small dose, like 300 micrograms, and L-theanine. So basically, at night, I will do L-theanine, melatonin, magnesium glycinate. I'm wearing my blue light blockers, and I'm doing NeuroSim. I finally bought the NeuroSim. I don't know where is it, but it's like a thingy that you clip on your ear, and it stimulates the vagus nerve, and it's supposed to calm you down and everything. So I've been doing that for like 30 minutes almost every night. I want to be, you know me and my routines and habits. It lasts for 3 days. But I want to be more persistent about my night routine because I want to sleep on time and wake up early, like 5, 6 o'clock. I have a personal trainer. Like I've been like, I never had this little willpower and will to actually fix my weight in life. Usually I was the one always battling and be like, no, I'm gonna like, now I just got completely deflated and gave up and I'm like, I'm gonna eat whatever I want. I even started eating red meat, which I didn't eat for like 7, 8 years. When I went to the USA, started eating red meat. I continued eating it here without caring much. I'm eating a bunch of crap basically all the time and without any hope of fixing it, you know? So I was like, how the fuck do I fix this? I paid for January to go to these group trainings and I didn't go for the entire month. And the trainer was like, is this for February? And I was like, yeah, sure, man. And basically just wasted my money for the month because I didn't feel like going. So I was like, how the fuck, if I pay again, I might not go again. So now I booked the trainer to come at my place and I'm going to give him access to my home lock so he can actually enter our home. And if I'm in bed, he can actually wake me up and kick my ass and get me to the gym. So I'm going to do that for at least a month because it's not cheap to have a trainer coming at your place until at least I get to in shape. Because today I I got this stupid Zwift bike that's behind me. That was one of my splurgy thingies. And I hate like indoor biking so fucking much. The previous owners from the house had an indoor bike, which I used once or twice, and my ass hurts and I don't like it. And it's boring even when I'm watching something here. And speaking of something here, the projector that's supposed to project here stopped working because of lamp issues. So now I have to fucking fix that. First world problems, but it sucks. So Swift is one of the laggiest, worst apps that I've seen in my life. So before you buy something like this, please just check out the app first because it's so fucking laggy and bad that I don't even look at the app. I start my workout and the app is like you bike here and there's like a little avatar that bikes with other people, but it's such a lag fest and it's so horrible. Anyway, I thought just if I had a better bike and a better like rotation trainer thingy that it's gonna be better. No, I feel the same frustration and I fucking hate it. Maybe I need to build up some tolerance to the seat and to the biking, but I just don't like it as an activity. So I did like 20 minutes of it, then 10 minutes on a treadmill, like an incline walk, and 15 minutes of strength training or something like that. And it's so hard to speak, god damn it. Because I had a burger. Afterwards, I pooped on all of this by having a burger. The point was when I did all of this, it felt easy. I felt good. I had a protein shake afterwards, and I'm like, why the fuck am I not doing this every day? And the answer is computers. Because in the morning you have a choice: do I do gym thingies or do computers? And you're like, yeah, but my agents, but my like now I have this anxiety. Previously, I had this anxiety of like my agents are not working. Now my coding agents are not working, OpenClaw is not working, and my 3D printer is not printing anything. So those three need to be, I need to see them, you know, grinding in order for me to be like, okay, everyone is like doing something. Now I can go and actually work out. But I need to change that. I need to be like, fuck whoever is grinding and whatever. Wake up in the morning, use the fucking gym. Hopefully I'll get to that point. It's been fucking 3 years of trying to fix this, and I'm so fucking tired of it. I thought that if I have more money and I feel more relaxed and blah blah blah, but no, like we're gonna pay part of the mortgage or maybe the entire mortgage this year, and I still will be like, yeah, but this doesn't give me enough financial security for the upcoming years. So I'll still have this pressure of like, dude, I have a daughter and I need to have more stability for her in life, and I feel like I don't have enough of it right now. Even if I would have the mortgage, even if I would pay the mortgage, I don't know, maybe something's fucked up with me. So that's fitness wise. So nothing new basically. You just listen to an entire fucking episode of Kitzecast and it's like you didn't hear anything new except I launched a new business and I'm making a to-do app. So that's not really new. I blocked Peter Levels. That was the thing. I don't want to talk much about it. But it comes with the theme of like I am done with toxic people in my life. I'm really anyone who doesn't bring me joy, um anyone who I considered semi close or at least a friend, and I can see them being an asshole to me or like being petty or being jealous or being whatever the fuck. I can sniff that, I can sense that, and I don't fuck with these people anymore. Like as I said to someone, I would rather be me, just me, my wife, and my daughter in life, and like fuck everyone else if I see that people don't have good intention towards me. And the people who do have good intention towards me, I can count them on the fingers of my left hand, but only the first three fingers. Um, yeah, so that's that. I blocked peer levels, and it felt nice. I'm like, sometimes we get so caught up in idolizing. Is idolizing a word? In yeah, like worshiping someone, put them on a pedestal without even thinking, why do we do that? Now, when I had a moment to pause, I'm like, what was I exactly worshiping? The guy shipped something 10 years ago that was valuable, like so many people in our community just living on old fame and shit. So that felt nice. Um, Mark Liu made a website called unicorn.ne or something that's connected to Trust MRR. And for like 10 days straight, it said, because it took my name instead of Tinker Club, it's like Kitse, number one most growing startup, blah, 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 for 10 days. Now, did that make me happy? No. Did my brain go like, hey, buddy, amazing. Go relax now. You deserve it? No. My brain go, hey, good job. That's quite an achievement. No. We keep grinding. We keep pushing until God knows what. Maybe until I do enough therapy to finally figure out how to be satisfied in life. Yeah, I feel satisfied with this episode. I'm gonna go give my daughter a bath and put her to bed. But before that, I'm gonna make sure to 3D print something dumb. We just went out, as I said, second time in like 40 days we went out of this house. And while we were out, I was printing this MagSafe case for a folded out Samsung Galaxy 7 Fold. So when you put it like this, it would actually charge on my desk. And it's like pretty cool to go out of home. And when you come back home, you have like an artifact that didn't exist before. And I'm super addicted to it. So I even got a second printer that actually has an open door that there's a mechanism you can buy and there's a little like chip like thing you can buy and a mechanism to eject your prints so you can queue a list of things that the thingy will print, and every time it's done it will like bend the plate and like poop eject the thingy, and then it prints the new thing and a new thing and a new thing, so that way you can just constantly print without stopping, which is like fucking crazy, and I need that so much. uh all right, enough geekery, enough. Like I feel like I should give you guys some discount or something to enter the Tinker Club, but maybe I should. So if you watched until here, don't share this with anyone. But I'll go to Polar right now, and I'll make a discount for 30%, and I'll call it Kitzecast. So the code is Kitzecast for 30% if you want to join us on Tinker Club. If you're a hater, if you're someone with bad energy, I don't want you here. I've banned a couple of people and just returned their money because I really don't want toxic people in the Tinker Club. So how the fuck do I even Tinker? Yeah, I'll figure it out. But you can use the code, whatever I said, Kitzecast for 30% off, and I hope to see you there. Thank you for listening to this if this ever went live. And thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.